Hi there. In this video we'll be taking a quick look at these Prym Anorak Press Fasteners, the 12mm in diameter variant. They should be matte black, and I think they are from what I can see in here. And in theory this particular model right here, the number, comes with absolutely everything included, so you can use them without any other required tools. Where I plan to use a few of these in this jacket, which will be linked in the description, which is a great winter jacket. It's really good in snow, doesn't get wet, really good with warmth, but has some questionable design features, like this stupid thing that basically doesn't hold at all anymore, and it flaps around in the breeze, actually touching this and destroying it. So it was either try to fully remove it and be left with a few, I don't know, weird things in here, or add some of these things and presumably make, I don't know, 2 levels, one to the absolute maximum and one standard, where I don't close this on my sleeve almost at all. So yeah, let's see how these things work. A bit of info if you want right here. They can be used with the included stuff. You just need a hammer to do that. You can do it with specialized pliers. I think I have some no-name pliers that might work, but I don't want to use them. And also this weird contraption. I think they also have numbers, so the same company can sell you these things, but you have this included. And if you are just using these 10 of them, the included tools should be just fine. So I'm going to use the included tools, so you can see if you buy this, can you directly use it, or you need to get something else. I don't think you need. This should be plenty. So we just have a random hammer and this anvil, but this is not required. I just want to use it because I bought it and I need an excuse to bring it here and do something on it. So yeah, it is what it is. And I will also use a bit of a Dremel to get rid of some of these barbs, exactly where I intend to put the fastener in this rubber. Hopefully it will work on such thick rubber. I plan to thin it down just a tiny bit and hope for the best. These are the informations that you can find inside this. This is the method that we're using, but I'm showing you everything just in case you don't have this paper anymore. So, to make the hole, we need this little guy right here, which is extremely cute, and you need this plastic. We will basically be putting this on top of it and punching a hole through it, and we'll be doing the same where I decide I will put the bottom part in this, because there's a top part and there's a bottom part. Looked around and I think this is the best position, where it kind of looks factory made. Anyway, so let me drill a hole like they show us here by hitting it with a hammer, and I'm ready to smack it. Make sure you smack it when you are above the plastic, because otherwise you will destroy the punching tool, and you do not want that. Smacking complete. This cut decently well, even through this thick rubber. We made a bit of a mark on the plastic. We have the rubber in there. I wish it had a hole through here so I could push it out with something. I think it's designed for one use only, so when it actually fills up to the max, you are kind of done. Because yeah, you don't have too many of this, and if you buy a new pack you get a new one of this. But what I might actually attempt to do with a needle, get that thing out of there. With a really thin safety pin I'm able to get this out of here. Yeah, not with one hand probably, but it's coming out. And do this after each punch, because if you wait until the end you will have lots to work and you might not be able to get them if they go too deep in there. So yeah, and a cheap and bad safety pin. I think this is called safety pin anyway, but it's okay, working. Mostly ready for next step, putting this, which is this thing, from the other side. And we need to grab the widest, the biggest in diameter tool, plus the one with I don't know, a pointy end, which basically are these two, and we will install them in here. One with pointy end in the lower hole. Cool, that went in really snug, nice. And this one in the other hole. Again, really snug, perfect. And now we are ready for some punching action. But what I need to do now, already put this through the hole, but as you can see, because I have a really freaking thick material plus these barbs on the bottom side, I need to get rid of the barbs around this hole for as big as this is in diameter. So I'm going to use a Dremel to get rid of the barbs in this area, because otherwise this will not be able to lock on itself. There's just too much material between them. I'm not even aligning them properly. So barbs will go away about now. Okay, checked how this will actually work, and these things need to go one into the other, and that center will actually be folded outwards to hold this one in place. So I needed to I don't know, thin down the rubber, and not only remove the barbs but literally thin it down, so this one, when I put it in there, actually comes above the rubber, and when I press this other one on top of it, we actually have a bit of leftover material. If I could actually show you, let me start the dropped something. Yikes, be back in a second. Yeah, anyway, start over. From now on I will leave the flash working because it's a bit more clear like this. And you would say I'm going to use a tripod. If I can do things like this with one hand, you have no excuse, and you should be able to do them properly with both hands. You can see there's a bit of material that can be folded on top of the other one, so I think we are good. I might try to thin it down just a tiny bit more, just in case, to allow this to protrude even further through the rubber, but I don't want to thin it down that much that I actually break it, so it's a fine balance. But on material you don't have any of these issues. I have them because I'm doing this on quite a thick piece of rubber. They normally show us to do all of this with this one at the bottom, pointy one, but for me I need to hold this pressed so I have enough material to be folded on top of the part that actually is locking this one right here. So I somehow need to keep my fingers in here, press it, and at the same time have this on top. It's gonna be interesting. So I'm doing it a bit backwards just because I have this weird situation. If you just have simple material, you don't need to do any of this. Hit it only about 3 times. It's already folding over and it's basically holding by itself, but I want to insist a bit more just to make sure I have a decent connection in here. But yeah, it's working even in this really bad situation that I have here. Okay, hit it a few times more, a bit more forcefully, and it's freaking locked in there. Haha, done. We should be good to go now. Actually, by looking at this, you can see a bend right here. I might have hit it a bit too much, so Yeah, it didn't got destroyed, but yeah, it's too much. You don't need to do it this enthusiastically as I did. And yes, top part is just fine, it doesn't care because this has its shape, so it doesn't damage it in any way. Yeah, it's good, it's good. It could have been done a bit better if I knew exactly what I was doing, even in this weird situation, but up until now, yay, great. And if ever this one fails just because I didn't do it as good as it can be done, I still have a bunch of backups in there to replace it for sure. Now we are drilling a new hole for the other part, and we need to change the ends on this. Measured exactly where I want the first hole. I don't want it right in the middle of the Velcro, so and I also have the plastic underneath it to not destroy the punching tool. So let me hit this with a hammer and we should have a new hole. And the hole is punched. Yes, a bit of the white fluff is going in it. It's just, I don't know, inside of this, nothing that I can do. Doesn't matter at all. We went through everything and I'm going to remove this from here now. Just in case you didn't believe we went through everything, yes we did. So changed this. On the bottom we have this one with a bit of silicone on the edges, and in the top the one with a hole, and this is coming in from underneath it, and on top of it we will have this. So let me do that now. The rubber seems to lock this in place, which is really nice. We kind of need to find that hole at this point, which is easier said than done. Okay, just need to align everything because again some fluff in there, and it's perfect now. This is coming out, and on top of it we come with this, and stay there. We simply close the tool on it and we are ready to smack it again with the hammer, and we should be done here. Smacked it fairly well. You can actually hear it somehow when it's at the end, when everything is touching, so you have somewhat of a feeling. And this is locked in place really nicely, no issues whatsoever. And in theory now we should be able to actually clip them. This isn't coming apart, is it? Finally, let me see how well I can unclip. Oh, perfect. Ha! Get that Velcro and geographical Norway for your stupid design. Fix it. Now I just to add another one of these a bit further along the way, just in case I want to tighten this a bit more on my hand, if it's really cold or something, who knows. And do that again exactly on the other sleeve, and I'm kind of done. Nice. Okay, seeing this in reverse with my hand from the outside, if I ever need to really tighten this on my hand, it's doable. Can I get my hand out of here? Come out hand. And obviously now we can if I could actually undo this with one hand, and I can, we have now the option to switch. I could put an intermediate one if I want. There's no need. I literally never used this as intended. I always have had it in this fully extended position because it's made it so that this goes under your sleeves, not your sleeve, your gloves, and your gloves then go under this. So it's a really nice design, but made really bad by this stupid thing, which now I have fixed, and I can use this jacket if I do the other hand also. On this sleeve did something smarter and basically made the hole directly through two things when I had this aligned exactly the way I want it. Again, not right in the middle of this, because then it would pull like this, and if you look it would be tight here and loose here, so I wanted it a bit off center to be same on both sides. Anyway, but yeah, it works. Now I just need to clean this again. I would also want to mention this has a ruler on it, but I wouldn't trust necessarily this jump right here, 7 to 8. So I'm not sure about it, but yeah, you can still use it to see, for example, if you are doing more of this, how deep you want to go with them. So yeah, now let me clear this out. In this stage, make sure the tip of this goes exactly in the center hole, because I messed one up. It was off-centered and now it cannot be used anymore. So yeah, be really careful about that. And the second one is also done, and obviously with this one added. Perfect. But for the second one I damaged more of this than I would like to admit, but that's just because of this damn rubber. In normal just cloth this is not happening, but my situation was really weird, but I literally do not care. I still have I think 3 or 4 of them that I can use. Actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I have 3 good ones. In case anything happens, I still have a bit of backup. But anyway, for the price, saving this jacket for me, it's way more important than having damaged a few of these. And I think, for example, these and these can still be salvaged in cloth. And stuff like this, they can still be reused. This is screwed up totally. These two are kind of screwed up also. But these two, I think they are still salvageable in thinner stuff. So yeah, it is what it is. Freaking done. So hope this video helps you. In which case, please give it a like, check out my other videos, and thank you very much. Hey, focus. Prym for making something like this. A kit that anybody can use at home to save their jackets and whatnot. It's freaking awesome. So yeah, again, see you in the next video, and maybe consider subscribing to the channel. Bye.